After burning through $3.5 trillion of U.S. taxpayers' money, the Pentagon is unable to explain how it spent most of that cash for the fifth year in a row. The Defense Department has failed to audit more than 60% of its budget, but the man in charge of the Pentagon's coffers still claims they're making progress on accountability.
I would not say that we flunked. The process is important for us to do, and it is making us get better. It is not making us get better as fast as we want.
Well, to get more on this, let's cross live to RT's Caleb Morpin. Caleb, nice to see you. Now, the U.S. Defense Department just lost over $1 trillion, so it seems. One of its biggest expenditures this year has been on aid to Ukraine. Anything further about that in the findings?
Well, when you look over this audit, you have to remember this is a very big, all-encompassing thing to audit. We've got 2.9 million employees, 640,000 assets, over 4,800 different sites in 40 different countries. The U.S. Department of Defense is certainly not a small endeavor. But when it came to Ukraine and the money that has been sent to Ukraine and dispatched to Ukraine, there was a rather blunt question and answer that was given when this audit was gone over. This is the exchange that happened.
The DoD welcomes an audit. I mean, we always want to be accountable to the taxpayers on how their money is being sent or spent when it comes to what we have in our inventory and what we are sending to Ukraine. Accountability is important here. And we can always improve the ways that we do things here at the Pentagon and the way we are accountable to the American people. So Ukraine is certainly a teachable moment for that.
Important to note that when it comes to the issue of Ukraine, a lot of questions are being asked. Antony Blinken, the U.S. Secretary of State, is being pressured to give an answer when it comes to the issue of the money that's been sent to Ukraine and the FTX crypto scandal. There are signs that as the Republicans take control of the U.S. House of Representatives, they may not be allowing money to flow so freely into Ukraine from the United States. At this point, American taxpayers are asking questions. You know, the economy, we're seeing American working families squeezed harder with, inflation, the rising cost of food, the rising cost of energy and gas. And at this point, people are looking at this FTX scandal and looking at the fact that the man at the center of it, Bankman, this individual was also a major donor to the Democratic Party.
We have serious concerns that the Ukrainian government may have invested portions of the nearly $66 billion of U.S. economic assistance into FTX to keep Democrats in power and keep the money coming in. Is the Department of State currently investigating whether Ukraine invested in FTX?
Now, it's also important to note that among the concerns being raised by congressional Republicans and others about Ukraine, there is the issue of corruption. Ukraine has been ranked as the 120th most corrupt country of 180 countries. There is a huge amount of corruption in Ukraine, according to many sources. And the fact that the United States has unloaded so much money and so many weapons onto a country that is so notoriously corrupt is something that is of concern to many. Now, it's important to point out that we even have at this point a Times Square billboard that portrays Zelensky with Ukraine as almost a black hole where American taxpayer money is disappearing into. And at this point, some expect there will be some more thorough investigation from Republicans. They will want accountability about where all of this money has been spent. The Department of Defense and their recent audit and the amount of funds missing is certainly something that has a lot of eyebrows raised and is a source of frustration for many Americans. But I think now there's going to be a press for specific answers regarding where money was sent in Ukraine, where money was spent when it came to handing money to the Ukrainian forces.
Caleb, many thanks for those details. That's RT's Caleb Morpin there.